Hello and welcome to Phyre's LEGO Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the Harry Potter set Forbidden Forest, Umbridge's Encounter. It is set number 75967. It has 253 pieces. I already threw out the box at the time that I am shooting this review, so unfortunately I can't show you that. But let's take a look at the set. So it comes with two instruction manuals. The first one takes care of the first bag that's included in the set, which covers the tree, 2 Centaur minifigures, and Harry Potter. And then the second manual covers the other half of the set, which is the giant Grop and Hermione and Professor Umbridge minifigures. So let's take a look at the minifigure selection. We have Hermione, Harry, Professor Umbridge, and 2 Centaurs. The Centaurs are identical. I just have one of the faces switched around because they have double-sided heads. But the human characters have the clothing that they were wearing in the scene during the movie. Hermione and Harry have angry expressions on this side. Umbridge has a frightened expression. They do have double-sided heads, and all 3 characters on the other side of the head is a more smiling, happy expression for each of them. These 3 minifigures do come with wands, although I did not put them on the minifigures. I actually saw somebody do a mock where they used the wand pieces, but the full wand piece where it's attached, it's 2 wands and attached to a little piece of plastic in the middle, but they actually used those completely together as detailing in a mock. So I saved the wands for potential of doing that myself in the future, so I didn't break the single wands off for the characters to have. Otherwise, they would be carrying wands. The Centaurs are really nice. People have been asking for LEGO Centaurs for a long time, and we finally have them with these from Harry Potter. There was also a collectible minifigures Centaur that was released last year. I believe the body of the Centaur was a different color than they are for these Harry Potter ones. But they're really nice figures to have. And it's nice that they come in a relatively inexpensive set if you wanted to, build up an army of Centaurs or, a small group of them. And like I said, the Centaurs are identical. They come with dual-sided heads, so I have one where his angry expression is featured, and the other one where it's a more stern expression. As far as the build itself, we have this tree, which is, a really nice tree all the way around. I got another Harry Potter set a couple years ago that was Sirius Black and Harry Potter. The Dementor Attack, I believe the set was called. And there was a tree in that, but the tree was almost 2-dimensional, and I really didn't like the design of it. This one I much more prefer, since it's, it looks like an actual tree all the way around, no matter which way you turn it. It has branches and leaves sticking out, even a mushroom growing on the side here that are really nice. You also have a spider hanging down from a web here. And also, another thing is that the tree opens up, and inside you can find things like a lantern, a chicken leg, and I think that's a bone underneath it. We also have the bicycle handlebars that you see Grop playing with in the movie. So it's really nice, and you can, there's plenty of space in there. You can, add in other things if you wanted to. Of course, you can take this out. You can have Grop playing with that. It is connected in there, but you can easily, take that out and have him, holding it or, playing with it. And that brings us to the final part of the set, which is Grop. Fans of the movie and the books know that Grop is Hagrid's brother. He's a giant, and because of that, they made him essentially look like an upscaled version of a regular LEGO minifigure. Obviously, there's some more detailing with the arms and the hands and the texturing of the torso, but the legs especially were made to look pretty much just like a regular minifigure's legs, just bigger. There is some detailing on the torso and the legs, as well as the face, of course. Now the face is actually a printed piece. All the rest of the details that you see here are actually stickers, which personally I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand why they did it. Especially for a set like this, which is more aimed at kids. Kids like putting on stickers, although that can be kind of annoying too, because kids might not always place them as accurately as possible, and even as an adult, sometimes it's tough to get the stickers placed exactly how you want them. It's very easy to mess up, and where if the pieces were printed, you wouldn't have to worry about that at all. So I really like the way this looks on the from the front. I don't really like the gray that you can see in the shoulders here, but that's kind of an unfortunate issue that you have because these ball joint pieces are, I believe, only done in these colors. I don't know why they can't do them in, tan or brown so that they would match, but for whatever reason they don't. So you have that, unfortunately, which kind of takes away from the look of the figure. But overall, he looks good from the front. Unfortunately, from the back, it really looks terrible. There's no detailing on the back. It's just the underside of all these plates that are used to build him. And I mean, there's even these gaps in the side, which, I mean, it's kind of understandable because his arms go here, but, that's supposed to represent his body. On the front, that's his belly, and then there's just nothing for the sides. So it really kind of, falls apart, I would say, looking at it from the back. Aside from his head, which is fully detailed all the way around, but the back and the back of the legs are really lacking. And I mean, they could have done something to fix that. But it is a smaller play set, so I can, again, like with the stickers, I can understand why they didn't. He is very posable, so you can sit him down just like a regular minifigure. He's even got things on the bottom here, different colors, that look like the holes on the bottom of, a regular minifigure. So that's neat. I can stand him back up. Range of motion, it doesn't go all the way back, kind of like a regular minifigure would, although I think even regular minifigures have a little bit more range of motion than that. The ball joints allow the arms to move pretty much wherever you want them to, depending on how you rotate them and move them around. The hands also rotate 360 degrees. The head rotates 360 degrees. Not that you would want to rotate it all that way around, but it can do that. Also, the hand does include a spot where you can fit the leg of a minifigure, so you can pose him so that he's carrying Umbridge like he does in the movie. And there's kind of different ways that you can orient that, but she sticks in there pretty well. It's built to be the size of a minifigure's leg, so it works very well. And then, of course, on the top, you can have him hold regular items like the handlebars or, anything else that a minifigure can hold. The top of the hand here allows you to be able to do that. Overall, the set is really nice. It's a scene that we haven't had a set for previously in LEGO Harry Potter, so it's really nice to see it represented here. There's a great minifigure selection with the 3 humans and, of course, the Centaurs, which I think for a lot of people are the highlight of the set. The tree is really nice, and Grop is decent, except, like I said, when you turn him around to the back, it doesn't look as good from that angle. But if you're going to be displaying this or anything, you would obviously have him facing forward, so it's not a huge issue. Overall, for the price and the size of it, I would give this set a 7 out of 10. Again, I think the highlight for me and for a lot of people is going to be those Centaur minifigures. But the set as a whole is a pretty nice set. I also time my builds just to kind of keep track of how long certain sets take me and, how quickly I can do them. This one took me about a half hour, which is pretty quick for a set, but it isn't an advanced 18 plus type set or anything, so it's expected that it would take less time. The half hour for the piece count averages to about 7.1 seconds per piece. My overall average among all Lego sets is 8.6. So again, this set took me less time than, a more complicated set might take, as far as per piece. If you have any questions, thoughts, or comments about this set or this review, please leave a comment down below. Also, if you have any requests for sets that you'd like to see me review in the future, stay tuned to this channel, like and subscribe. I'll be doing more reviews of Lego sets that I get in the future.